Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tess and today I'm going to be recreating this style. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that and let's get right into the video. So guys, for this I'm going to be making use of an Ankara. I have 2 yards and I have my chantilly net. I also have 2 yards for this. So guys, to properly make this style, you need this kind of chantilly net. You can see the ATRG and see how it looks. So let's get right into the video. So guys, I'm going to be cutting using my free hand. So I folded my fabric into two. We're going to be cutting the top part. To know the amount of fabric to fold is your bust divided by 4 plus extra 5 inches. So after doing that, I'm going to be chalking the shoulder line. So the shoulder divided by 2, I chalked it down. Then I came down to my armhole line. My bust point under bust, my half length is 16. I added extra 1 inch for joining allowance, that's 17. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So guys, as you can see, I've chalked out my lines. I have my shoulder line, my chest line, bust point, under bust, and my half length. So at the shoulder area, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So I'll go ahead now to connect it. After doing that, I'll check what I have at that armhole area. You divide it into two and you come in at that point by half inch. And then at the chest line, I'll place my bust measurement divided by 4 and then I'll curve in my armhole. So guys, after doing that, I'll chalk where I want the yoke to stop. So from the shoulder, I came down to 7 inches. That's where the yoke will stop. So I'll chalk that line and connect it into a straight line. So what I'll do next is to insert my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus extra half inch. So the nipple to nipple is 4 plus extra half inch. That's 4.5. So I'll chalk 4.5 all the way down and then connect it straight down. What I'll be doing next is taking the dart. So I'll be chalking 1 inch at this point and 1.5 inches at this other point. So I chalked 1 inch here, 1.5 inches, and I'll connect it all the way down to the half length. So after doing that, I'm going to be connecting it to the bust point line, coming down by half inch to eliminate pointiness. So I use my curve ruler to connect it. So what I'll do next is to take the dart at the upper bust. So I'll be chalking half inch at both sides and then I'll connect it all the way to the bust point line, coming up by half inch to eliminate pointiness. So I have a video on how to properly do this. You can go watch that video. So guys, what I'll be doing next is replacing back my dart. So at the upper bust, I'm going to check the dart I took. I'll replace it back at that point and then connect the line forward. Then I'll check the dart I took at the chest line, replace it back, and then curve out my new armhole. And I'll be adding extra 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the underbust, I'm going to place my underbust measurement divided by 4, replace back the dart I took, add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the half length, my waist measurement divided by 4, replace back the dart and add 2 inches for my sewing allowance as well. Then I'll connect my lines. So guys, we're going to be working on the neckline later on, but for now I'm going to be using 3.5 inches for the wideness, and for the depth I'm going to be using 3 inches. So I'll go ahead now to curve my neckline. So we're good to go with the cutting of the front. I'll go ahead now to cut out my fabric. So guys, after cutting out the fabric, we're going to be working on the yoke like I said, but I'll go ahead now to cut out my lining piece for each of the fabric. So guys, for the back, I'm going to be adding a zip to it. So I folded my fabric into two and I'm going to be chalking 2 inches all the way down for my zip allowance. So after chalking 2 inches, I'll connect it into a straight line. From the starting point, I'll take my shoulder measurement divided by 2 and then I'll come down to my armhole line, which is 9, and then chalk my half length. So I'll connect it into a straight line and then cut out the excess at the down part. So I'll connect my chest line as well. So what I'll be doing next is at the shoulder area, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope and then connect it all the way up here. I'll check what I have at the chest line area, divide it into two, and then at the chest line, I'll place my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'll be curving out my back armhole. So after doing that, I'll place 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the half length, my waist divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So guys, for the back, I'm going to be adding a yoke for the back as well. So for the neckline, I'm going to be using the same 3.5 inches, and then I'll come down by 9 inches for my yoke. So you determine how you want your back to be. So I'm just chalking out 9 inches. So I'm going to be using the chest line area. That's where the yoke will stop. So from that 3.5 inches I have there, I'll connect it all the way down here. So just watch what I'm doing. So I'll go ahead now to connect it all the way down here and then connect it back to the zip allowance area. So I'll be taking this side out. So to eliminate zipper bulge, I'm going to chalk 0.75 at the half length area and then slant it all the way up. So guys, we are good to go. I'll go ahead now to cut out my fabric. So I'm going to be using this yoke area to cut out my net. So this will serve as the pattern for the net. So I'm going to be using a net to cut out this part. So guys, so the style that we are trying to recreate, it has a net at the bustier area, that's at the front. So I place my chantilly into two and then place my fabric, as you can see. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my net. So guys, after cutting out the net, we're going to be adding the net to the fabric. So but before doing that, I'll go ahead now to cut out my wadding, add my stay, and then add the net to the fabric. So that's what I'll do. So guys, for the back, I'm going to fold my fabric into two and take my dart. So I'll go ahead and chalk out the dart all the way up. I've added my paper stay at the back, as you can see. So I'll do the same thing for the lining piece as well. I added paper stay on the lining piece as well. So guys, you need to watch what I'm doing carefully. So I am going to be adding a skin net to mine, but it is optional. So what I'll do firstly is to fold my yoke into two and use the yoke to cut out my skin net. So guys, in case you're adding a net to yours as well, make sure to get your exact skin color. So I'll go ahead now to fold my net into two, place my pattern and then cut out, leaving half inch at the down part and at the top part for joining allowance. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to keep this aside for now. So guys, we're going to be working on the yoke. So guys, from this point here, I'm just going to curve it all the way down here and then take it all the way up. So it depends on how you want the shaping to be. So this is just optional. There's no method for this. So just slant it down a bit and then from this point you slant it up also. So guys, you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just slanting it from this point and then I'll slant it all the way down. I'm sorry my camera didn't show how I did this, but this is what it looks like. So guys, after doing that, I'm going to be cutting it out. So this is what it looks like. So I slanted it all the way down here and then slanted it all the way up. So I'll go ahead now to cut out. So guys, in case you don't want to add a net to yours, this is what you should do. So you're going to use this pattern to cut out your net. So that's the only thing you're doing. So you use this pattern to cut out your net. But I am going to be adding a skin net to mine. So I'm not going to be using this pattern. So you just watch what I'll do. So guys, since I'm not using the pattern to cut out my net, I'm just going to get my chantilly net and slant it this way. I'll place it on my skin net, as you can see, and then properly slant it the way I want it to be. After doing that, I'll go ahead now to pin it down. You can pin it down. You can choose to just leave it this way, take it to your machine, and then use a matching thread to sew it all the way down. So guys, I'll go ahead now to stitch following the curve neatly. So after doing that, I'll cut out the excess. So I'll just flip it to the wrong side and then cut out the excess that I have there. So I'll go ahead now to cut out the excess, as you can see. After doing that, we're going to be placing the chantilly net at the other part as well. So I'll take my chantilly net and then place it at this part as well. So I'll go ahead now to place it. You can see me using the ATRJ side. I don't know if you can see it properly. So I'll go ahead now to place it this way and then I'll pin it down and go and stitch. So it depends on how you want yours to be. So this is how I want mine to look. So I'll go ahead to use my matching thread to stitch it and then cut out the excess. So guys, for the down part, I've gone ahead to cut out my skirt part. So from this point, I'm going to place my chantillies in a slanted form. Like I said, it's a freehand method we're using. There is no measurement for this. I'm just going to place the chantilly net. You can see me using the ATRJ side. So you use the right side, you place it in a slanted form just like this. So I'll go ahead now to place it from that top there, just like this. I'll check from this other point if it's up to 14 or 15 inches. That's where I want it to stop. So I'll use my tape and check from this point down to where I want it to stop. So I want it to stop at 14 inches or 15 inches thereabout. So I have it at that point. So I'll go ahead now to cut out the excess, and then I'll pin it down, and after pinning I'll go ahead now to stitch it neatly using my matching thread and then turn it with my lining. So guys, for the bustier part, I've gone ahead to add my paper stay as you can see and added the net. I'll go ahead now to stitch it all the way down. So after doing that, I've gone ahead to iron properly. You can see how my bustier is standing proper without a cup. So guys, I have a detailed video on how to perfectly cut out and sew a bustier. Go and watch the video. So I'll add my net to it. As you can see, that's the yoke. I'll go ahead now to add the yoke, stitch it, and then turn it using my lining as well. So I'll go ahead now to stitch and turn and then flip it to the right side. So guys, after doing all of that, this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead now to add my top and the down part together. So I'll place them right side facing each other. I'll stitch using 1/2 inch, and then for the back, I've gone ahead to cut out my yoke. I use bias to turn the neckline of the back. I'll place the yoke after the zip allowance area and then stitch it. I'll do the same thing for the other side and then turn it using my lining and then flip it to the right side. So after stitching the front and the back, we're going to be adding the sleeve to it. So you can choose to add any sleeve of your choice. I'll go ahead now to use my free hand to cut out my sleeve. It's just a straight sleeve, and then attach my sleeve to the dress. So guys, I forgot to mention that the style we are recreating is a long dress, but mine is a short dress. My client wants it short. So I'll go ahead now to add my sleeve to it, shape my dress, add the zip, and then show us the end result. So guys, this is the end result. This is what it looks like. The outfit really came out lovely. This is the back view. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Like I said, my client wanted it short. That's why it is this short. So guys, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop a comment. Make sure you're following me on all platforms at So With Tess. Love you guys and see you guys in my next class. Bye.